Hey everybody, welcome back to Adobe Live. My name is Emily Poulin, and with us once again, Matthew Tjokro, illustrator, graphic designer based out of Southern California, is hanging out with us, and we're going to be doing all things social media and creating, really, really exciting stuff for the feed. But Matthew, do you want to give us a little rundown of what we're working on today?
Sure, yeah. Well, let's jump into my artboard here on Adobe Illustrator. First and foremost, I've kind of been toying around with, oh, how can I make something that ties into the creative brief that Adobe Live, the Adobe community team, has going for the rest of the community. And we're getting groovy with it, kind of going for warmer tones to kind of keep on theme. So I thought, what better way than to kind of tell a story of friends hanging out, and I'm thinking back to like things that I never did in the 70s, but I've seen in that 70s show, and kind of other things where people are hanging out. There's what can you do back then that isn't necessarily screen related? It's hanging out, it's walking around, it's enjoying company time spent with friends, which obviously we can still do now. But also things like roller rinks, arcades, etc., etc. On my artboard here, I have some images I made on Firefly, and I've kind of already dragged them into my artboard because, we all have kind of different ways that we like to assemble kind of our design elements, and I love seeing everything I have on my artboard. So you can see I have 5 images. I have some more kind of on my desktop that I'm going to drag into here in a second. And then kind of on the top left, you can see some icons and a pattern that I did in our last stream on the Adobe Live Instagram and TikTok, where I was just making these little icons here with a few different effects, as you can see if I hit Command Y. These outlines are not expanded, so these are just effects. Let's see what this one is. On my appearance tab, pucker and bloat. This one is distort and transform. No, this is just transform effect, and this is just strokes, and that's kind of about it. And then this is our pattern, just repeating these four icons here. And then I think also we think about those groovy typefaces and whatnot. So I took the liberty of spending some time just plucking through Adobe fonts, just finding something that just feels like it screams 70s. And then I also was also doing that a little bit before the stream, and I was like, oh, the Cooper Standard, can't forget that one. Everybody loves that one.
A
So yeah,
classic.
yeah. Well, also I just want to say hi to everybody in the chat. Thank you for joining us today. It's going to be a great time just assembling these graphics. But yeah, kind of jumping back into that social media aspect of it. Let's start by making our artboard the proper size. So I have my artboard here, I think 11 by 17 inches. I'm gonna want to go ahead and just go on my artboards here, and I'll just resize this to, let's see, width 1080, and the Instagram height is 1350. So now we're at our Instagram carousel height for our social media graphics. Um,
Can I ask? The
yeah.
70s theme is kind of our like Firefly Boards community board that we've been running. Were you inspired by that? I know that you did some streams earlier this month.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can kind of just jump into kind of some of the stuff I have here. So, yeah, one of the streams that you mentioned earlier that I did was very much inspired by that golden, groovy moments, that creative brief that you guys have on your link. So, anybody wants to join along, kind of alongside us, please feel free. It's going to be a great time, just kind of diving into all of this great stuff. And I was pulling, at least when I was generating these images that I want to use for this concept, the story. I was pulling a lot of those keywords from this Firefly board here, especially like right down here. I was keeping in mind all those things like the vintage textures, the warm lighting. Just again, we're going for those warm tones. You can kind of see it right here in the creative direction as well. So yeah, I'm 1000% pulling from that.
I love
But
it. I'm gonna
I
grab a link for this, and hopefully we can drop it in the chat. So if you're watching along and you want to be trying out this board for yourself, hopefully a link is coming your way soon.
Yeah, well, let's jump back into my artboard here. So, something that I was very much so happy to hear about, kind of when it jumped on my calendar, is that Adobe Illustrator now has remove background, which is just so like crazy to think about. That now, if I need something super quickly done, I don't have to go into Photoshop necessarily and have to do that so soon, so quickly. I can't even begin to describe to you how ecstatic I am that that is now the case. But yeah, well, I mean, let's give it a shot with this first image here. So I'm just gonna grab this, take this, move that over here and we'll zoom in. So you guys can see that I have my contextual bar right here. I have it at the top right here. Obviously, a lot of the times you will see that it'll disappear, move around, and just kind of appear in the middle. But I've dragged it right here so I don't have to get rid of it kind of on the side or kind of have it get in the way. So it's just kind of right off to where everything is on my workspace, just a little bit to the sides and whatnot. But as you can see here, when I'm not clicking on the image, it kind of says other things. But in the context of the image, we're going to want to maybe remove the background or maybe use concept of vector, which I covered in a stream, I think, last month. But we'll go ahead and give remove background a shot. I was also pretty surprised about how fast this is, considering that it is also embedding the picture into our artboard. So we're probably going to want to unembed that too, just to make sure that Illustrator can run as fast as possible. But also, if you want to make edits in Photoshop per se, we'd be able to do that as well. But let's
Yeah,
get
zoom
a
in.
closer look. Oof, oof.
Honestly, pretty
Uh,
good.
I think what's so impressive about just this removed background is that it's feathering the hair really nicely, but it's keeping those hard lines for the silhouette of this person who's just walking. And I mean, let's take a look. Yeah, I think that's incredibly solid. It's got the shape of the shoe. I like historically, I've been terrible with the select tool for whatever reason. Before they added all these crazy improvements in Photoshop, it actually detracted me from using the select tool for a long time just because I couldn't do it.
Sure.
So when I jumped into Illustrator, well, I feel like a lot of people, it's like if you're Photoshop or Illustrator, you either go for the other if the other is not to your liking. So I went the Illustrator route. And whenever I needed a silhouette of a character, I kid you not, I would actually just go in and trace because that was just my preference. Because I knew it was
Yep.
going to be clean, I knew what it was going to look like. But now that remove background is here in Adobe Illustrator, I gotta say those days for me are over. Like it's so I'm so happy to hear that. Yeah,
We're
ecstatic.
not looking back. We're moving forward and we're
Oh my
embracing it over
gosh,
here.
yeah, this
Well,
is the future.
I feel like firstly it did a great job on its own,
Yeah.
right? But say you did want to go in and refine it more, you absolutely could. But I feel like sometimes when you're making, the first draft of a graphic, even just having this faster way to test it, see how it's going to work, and then proof it with the client, great first step and just improving your workflow overall. And so yeah, I just think it's like a great speed up tool, and still did a great job on its own.
Oh, 1000%. 1000%. Let's kick it
Cool.
up a notch. Let's try doing it with another image. Let's see. Should we go 4 or 5 people? Let's try 4 for now. And if we're feeling a little dangerous, we can go for 5. But here, let's give remove background a shot here. Um, it's working so fast. Yeah,
You're kidding.
just as good for 4 people.
Also
Um,
love these outfits. Wait, it's
yeah,
very much Scooby
I
Doo, I feel like.
I know I kind of called it out. So as I was in my kind of Firefly generation, I was like, okay, what do I want these people to wear? Because I had already kind of generated some group images of people from the 70s before, but I wanted to get really specific. I think when you go very broad by just saying like, oh, someone from the 70s, it'll give you kind of something that is a little bit more stereotypical of the 70s.
Sure.
It give of how we interpret it now, right? Like tie dyes, leather
Yeah,
vests,
the
the
extremes.
headband. Exactly. Um, it'll just kind of give you things like that. Or it'll also just give you like Shaggy from Scooby Doo, like
Right.
every other time. Which is to no fault of its own. That's just kind of how we as a society now interpret the 70s.
Real.
Um, yeah, I guess in some ways this is a mystery crew of some sorts.
I know.
But
What are we
yeah,
solving? The mystery of the 70s.
exactly. Like, what did it actually look like? But yeah, I was calling out these denim outfits, the jumpsuit, a black long sleeve shirt with that super wide collar. I think it's so important, and then those plaid flare pants. But man, it's just so shocking. It's so great to see that this is as strong as it is. I mentioned earlier that I personally don't like embedding my images into my artboard. I know other
Yeah.
people might have some different preferences, but to make Illustrator run faster for me, as I kind of add all these intense vector graphics, which we won't be doing today because the 70s, for the most part, has very clean vector graphics. I'm just going to go ahead and unembed this. As you can kind of see here, It kind of gives us AI being Illustrator file, image, whatever's embedded in there. And I have this all kind of in a separate folder here, live stream, at least for today. So it would save directly there. But this is, again, this is Mac directory, so maybe it'll look different for Windows. But I'm just going
Mm.
to rename this to For Friends Walking. You can kind of already see I have some PNGs here on the side, but it's saving it as a PSD. So I'm going to hit unembed. So let's say I wanted to even edit that in Photoshop, which honestly I do not. It looks great. I would just hit edit in Photoshop and it'll open Photoshop kind of right down here and take me directly to there. But no, it's looking fantastic.
These are
Um,
awesome. Yeah, chat is loving it as well. Cody is saying, love these 70s outfits. These are super
yeah.
classy.
It's looking great. But let's say I want to, keep the location of the story, but I've already have this image we have here. But not to worry, I'm going to just go ahead and copy and paste directly on top of this image so we have a copy of it. I'm actually going to hit relink. So when I hit relink, I can kind of try to find a different image to replace it with. You can kind of see I already have some here. But what if I find that For Friends image again and place it directly on top of there? And I'm just going to hit send to back and isolate selected image. You can kind of see here, this is, more of that. It looks a little bit more London. It looks a little bit more European than you might find in America. You can even see like Cheshire Cat right there, right? So I think location is super important. So I want to keep that. So what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to take this rectangle here with my rectangle tool, direct select both of them and hit Command 7 to make that shape right
Ooh,
there. So you can see that we kind of just have a call out to maybe where they're coming from. So it grounds this story with what's happening in a location, which I think is really fun. So I'm maybe, I'm going to take that clipping mask I have there. Oh, you can kind of see that it's like moved around. With the layers. So I'm going to take this clipping mask here and I'm just going to readjust it maybe to be at the same eye line as our characters
I
right
love
here.
that.
Boom.
And that was
There.
Command 7, you said, for clipping
Yeah,
mask
Command
shortcut?
7 for clipping masks. Yeah.
Mm. I'm
So
always
it's been a great
right-clicking,
help.
make clipping mask. I'm always doing the long way,
Yeah, I mean we
apparently.
we all do things differently, man. I sometimes I feel like I've maxed out my brain with the keyboard shortcuts. Let's say, like, for
100%.
example, I just said uh like arrange and send to back. Like Andrew, like Hawk Rattle,
Yeah,
who is very much present on the Adobe Live team.
he's with
When
us.
yeah, exactly. He's normally like, I think he showed me that one time and it blew my mind, but he knew the keyboard shortcut.
Yeah.
So I learned from him, but I've never been able to just get like the contortions of my fingers. It's like learning how to play guitar. Sometimes you just can't. So
Yeah. Well, I feel
sometimes you
like
can't beat
for
a chord.
three
Yeah,
keystrokes too, right? That one's like a threer. That seems a lot
exactly.
harder. I could, yeah. But
Exactly.
Command 7, I'm open to it.
Yeah.
I may be adopting this.
Yeah. Well, give it a shot.
We'll see. We'll
But
see.
yeah,
All right, this is
let's see.
super fun. I love this.
Yeah, I'm having a blast. I'm not gonna kind of go crazy with the 70s puns, but I'm having a good time. Let's see. Let me drag a texture that I've made in Firefly as well right here,
Ooh.
just so that we can drop this in the back, give it kind of more character. Because I mean, like when you think about pictures that you've seen from the 70s, they're not kind of as clean as you see here. So I'm just gonna try to add more of that character. So I'm gonna add maybe another layer as well, and then just really quickly move that down below. Personally, with kind of active vector lines and graphic elements on my artboard, I do prefer the standard blue. So like when people have like crazy layers with greens and purples, I understand from an organization standpoint, but from a preference standpoint, I still love my blue. So I always have to run with that. Um, Depends, obviously kind of how others do their file management and whatnot. But it's a good time. But to kind of do that with kind of keeping in mind organization, I will be moving these to different layers as we're kind of editing. So I'm just going to do post one so I know what effects are being applied generally speaking. Because what I'm about to do is I'm just going to directly select that layer. I'm going to do opacity and select multiply so that you can kind of see that those brighter portions are fading into our background and
Nice.
adding more of that texture. You can kind of see that more prevalent maybe in the shirt right there, and then you can see that definitely in the sky here. So yeah, let me just see, view, trim view.
I love trim view.
Looking rad. Looking rad.
I don't know. It feels like you're kind of on the 70s vibe right now.
Yeah, it's almost like I have an amazing creative brief that you can follow along with. You know,
You
almost.
too could be having such a groovy time.
Exactly,
Chat, if you're
exactly.
having a great time, I'm seeing that Jack Watson jumped in. If you're having a great time, could you give us like a groovy feedback, 70s inspired? Just shout out in the chat right now.
Yeah,
We want the
well,
time machine to be in full effect here.
please. Yeah, we are taking all the way back. So these four friends are on their way. What are they on their way to do? Well, if I hit this again, we can see that we have kind of the rest of our storyboards. So I'm very excited about that. Maybe we can even jump into Firefly really quickly and I can kind of see it because I mean, I generated these images kind of beforehand. I don't have one of them entering the arcade. So maybe we can kind of jump in there in a second and then maybe do that. So actually, I will go ahead and do that. I have ability. I've copied this from the creative brief so I can directly make my own images on top of it. You can kind of see here, I have some previous generations from this board from previous live stream, but I wanted to keep in theme, maybe even to see kind of what else that we have here. Let's put drag maybe that original image, that actually Photoshop file, which is fantastic, directly that we just unembedded um, from the thing. Let's see, four friends entering a roller rink
Ooh,
uh, in the 1970s, vintage film grain
nice.
with warm tones. And let's hit generate. And I'm going to let that cook in the back burner because we still have a few images left to go. So let me make sure here and see what else we have. Well, I mentioned roller rink, but it's not present on my artboard at all. So let me really quickly um, pull that out and just drag this in. So you can see three friends having a blast at the roller rink. So kind of let's make a new artboard here. Um, boom, right there. And hit remove background. Oh,
It really just improves my quality of life. The day I heard that it was coming to Illustrator, immediately opened Illustrator. I said, I need to see
oh,
for myself.
oh.
It's amazing. Look at that.
I I know when people say when you first meet someone you can't say that you love them, but you know, remove background, I think I love you. So there's that.
We're breaking the
Um
rules.
I'm breaking the rules. I'm breaking the rules. Let's see, roller skating. So I'm making that, unembedding that kind of as I mentioned earlier,
So
making that
fun.
a separate file. And then kind of if the layer below that still has the background, so we're not removing that, I'm just going to hit um, isolate selected image, making that square yet again.
We did get some emojis in the chat. We got a peace sign, music, disco ball, and disco dancing. So
Yes,
Jack is in the vibe. We appreciate it.
we appreciate it all the same, Jack. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's see, moving this right
Did you
here.
ever have like a roller rink birthday party, either like for you or someone in your class or something?
No, but I've kind
No?
of always wanted to go to. I have not actually been to a roller rink now that I think about it.
You're
I think
kidding.
everybody in my town had been to the one that I'd grown up, the town that I grew up in,
Yeah.
and I guess it just crossed my. I didn't cross my mind to go. I mean, luckily the my hometown has not moved, so I'll have to see if the roller rink is still open. But yeah, I'll have to give it a shot.
It's
But yeah,
always
I
a
want to
good time.
include that roller rink neon sign. And I'm using the Gemini model for this. And anytime I've generated any like location specifically, or like generations past, it used to never give you like actual text. But the fact that it just gives you something just so strong is honestly really, really great. But you know what? Actually, speaking of, let's take a look at whoa,
Roller Haven.
Roller Haven. Check
That's where
that
we're
out.
all
So
going.
it's
Ages. Wait, this is crazy.
yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good. It's kept the image kind of as we saw. So it's made some changes, but
Interesting.
it's added those colors. Oh, it's got the disco lights. Oh
Oh, I
man,
didn't
can't
even
forget
see
the
that.
disco lights. Didn't
Wait,
even
that's
think about
fun.
that. Oh, that's fantastic. It's even got, you know, ticket booth, some racks for the roller rink. Oh my gosh, that's super strong actually. So you know what? Let's go ahead and use this. So let me download this so you can see kind of that
I
it's
just,
downloaded right there.
yeah.
Um, and let's see, it should have downloaded directly into my files here. Let me just pull that up. kind of on a different screen here. Boom.
I just like that it gave hours and pricing. Like it really laid out the
Yeah,
business
wow.
plan. Not only did it give us the image, but here's the business plan.
Yeah, it also gave us the what the price would have been in the 1970s because man,
Dollar.
we're not paying those anymore.
No, that's
Yeah,
true.
you know, but let's see. Oh man, it's like I have these two images to pick from now. I think I'm just gonna repeat what I did for this one because this is definitely more in story. If I'm thinking more broadly, I don't really need to focus on the location as much as I need to, or the location of the city. I need to focus on the location of Roller Haven, the name that it's given us. So let me really quickly copy and paste this directly on top of it. Hit remove background, and again, watch it do its magic. Maybe, let's see. Oh my gosh. Even with a different
Clean.
background, it's got it. Even as we're working on the fly, it's got it, which is,
But we're gonna get those like disco light textures now, which is gonna be awesome.
oh yeah, that is going to be fun
That's
for
super cool.
sure. Let's really quickly make a clipping mask, as I mentioned earlier. For those of us joining us, I'm just, blocking out where those locations are, kind of for this roller rink that we are pitching, kind of in these social media graphics. So I'll go ahead, group these, and copy and paste them into our green layer here. So I have everything organized. Maybe I'll stop being organized to some degree so we can be even faster. To each their
Yeah.
own. But
Jack is saying in chat that her best friend does roller derby, so she knows all the roller rinks. Roller derby is no joke.
ooh, that is no joke.
I'm scared of that. I
Yeah,
don't think I'm made
no.
for that.
Yeah, no, I can't do it, me personally.
But it seems really fun. It seems like a really great time and people really enjoy it. So, but I
Yeah.
also worry about my wrists. I'm like, I don't want to fall and like accidentally like break my wrists, you know? As a
No,
designer and illustrator, I feel like you get it.
yeah, no, we need those. I'm really quickly just centering our text right here so I know exactly um, where everything is going. So yeah, that's great. So we're now focusing on the roller rink portion of that. Let's see, drag this down below here, and then I can even, let's see, this is, yeah, that texture layer we have. So I'm just gonna drag that over here as well. And take this group right here, opacity, multiply, and now it's blending in perfectly with the texture that I've provided. So yeah, let me go ahead and see what that looks like with a little bit of a trim view. So now we've kind of got a good foundation here of kind of what to add. But I mean, Emily, do you have any ideas?
I would say maybe we need some illustration going on here. I feel like, a caption can take us pretty far. So how is this like existing in the context? So maybe some illustration or color.
Yeah, let's do that. So I was thinking earlier, I'm like, man, again, I didn't grow up in the 70s, so we were relying on a lot of this content that's kind of historical to some degrees. So what I kept noticing was just all the I wish I knew the name, but it's like all those curvy like lines. You know what I mean? They kind of
Mm-hmm.
repeat in a pattern like this, but more rounded. So maybe we can do something like that. So let's see here. What's the best way to do that? I'm going to make one right now. So I'm just making this line as I see here, and then you can see I'm directly selecting these portions and then just rounding that out.
Nice.
And next what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add pretty, not large, but let's see, 25 is good, 25 pixels. And then going to my appearance tab, this is kind of where you might want to follow along here, just at the bottom of our screen. I'm going to add a new fill. Oh, sorry, new stroke. Oopsies. Add new stroke. I'm going to do plus 50. We're doing plus 50. We're accounting for that 25 in the middle so that outwards, outside of that initial line, we can see 25. So let me really quickly just take this yellow color here and drag this because there's also more layers in the appearance panel right there. So you can kind of see that right there. So I'm just going to do the same thing. Add new stroke kind of based off this yellow one and then do plus 50 again.
I didn't know that you could do math directly in
Dude,
the info
I
box there.
well, we're talking about streamlining here. I do math explicitly in
No
Adobe
calculators.
Illustrator. No, yeah, I mean it's truly incredible. There's a lot
Huh.
of kind of like functions that Illustrator has, on top of just blend modes, but like this transform tool here, I'll just really quickly demo for those of us that didn't join me in my last live stream. So like, let's say, for example, you can see that I have, oh man, now I have to count on stream. Let's talk about math. One, two, three,
I think it's
four,
7.
five, 6, 7. Okay, it's, yeah,
Or is
yeah,
it?
yeah,
There's 7
yes.
copies, 8 total. Wait.
It's 8, it's 8,
It's 8,
yes,
but
it's
7
8.
copies of one, so it's different.
Exactly, right? So
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
say, let me just turn this to 0 so that we can make that, right? So let's say I want, again, let's not do 7. Let's say I want 9 copies, right? But I want that to reflect directly so that it's not like just stacking on top of each other, because there's not 9 on here, obviously.
Right.
So I'll do 360 divided by 10, and it'll give me that exact number.
What?
Yeah, we're all learning something new. It's Illustrator, dude. What a program.
Chat.
Yeah.
No, no, sorry. Go on. I'm shook we're doing math today. When I clocked in, I did not know that we would be doing
Oh
addition and
man,
subtraction
yeah.
over here. Can it subtract? Yeah,
Of
right?
course,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it can
Yeah, of
subtract.
course. Sorry. I'm new
You
here.
know, some other things that, as we're talking about like the dialog boxes, like I prefer to work like in pixels just because I understand the stroke weights a lot better. But like, let's say like you're working in inches, like you can also just put like 100 pixels in like an inch dialog box, and then it'll convert to inches. So it's so good. It's so good. Yeah.
Conversion is something I always use. Yeah, when I need to do. I try to think what I. Yeah, if you're one measurement trying to get the other, but I feel like there's always a use case. And I'm like, oh, thank God I can just put it in as how many points, and then it'll do the rest. So, look,
So
the more
and
you know.
that's something I love so much about the Adobe software. It's kind of as a whole too, because that's not something that's as present in other ones that I've tried out. So I always come back uh, to kind of Illustrator here as my bread and butter. Photoshop nowadays. So yeah, we're doing these lines here, just kind of adding those like little details to make it a little bit more groovy. I will indeed be adding this to kind of this group here. Dropping
What's
this kind
great
of
is
not in the
because you did it as an effect or as an appearance
yeah.
transformation is that you can continue to scale it and move it, right? How you just made the corners rounder. You're not dealing with an outline shape, which I think is really cool. And
I don't have
uh,
to reset. Yeah, that's
right,
that's the worst.
yeah, nothing like backing yourself into a corner.
Oh yeah, no. That's tough as nails. I'm okay. Um, let's
Count
see
me out on
here.
that one.
Yeah, it's gonna.
Okay, very groovy. Yeah, I like that you're bringing it behind them. I think it's cool to see you figure out how you want to use this in the space.
Yeah, yeah. It's like because we have something that's very important, I guess, right? Because this is our base image, and working quickly, I don't want to kind of make any crazy edits to our image, but yeah. Let me really quickly. Let's see. I
I'm
wanted
like,
to.
should they be walking on it? Would that be fun? Like, could that be a
Yeah,
motif that
let's.
we're
You know
carrying
what? I actually
across?
have
Like,
a good idea for that. So let me actually just go ahead and kind of move this to the side just so we have it for when we might want to use it later. I did think I was like, oh man, what if we did something like, let's see. I guess we could have them walking on it like that. I was like, oh, there's this different idea where maybe we can have kind of like these other images or these other lines like almost like shooting out, like kind of right here, like it starts here.
that's
Um,
cool. Yes, 100%.
But man, I'm like thinking, I'm like, oh man, that'd be tough.
Are you
That'd be
doing
tough
math
to
right
do
now?
in we have 30 minutes left, so I'm getting through the rest of these posts. So
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
keep it simple. I'll keep it simple. Um, so yeah, let's do that. We'll
yeah. All
have
right.
them walk on it. Aligned here. Perfect, perfect.
Also, speaking of updates, how are you feeling about Align Center?
Oh, let me tell you about Align Centers.
And
Feeling
another
great.
thing.
Feeling great. They're feeling great. They're feeling groovy with Align Center.
So groovy.
Um, yeah, let's see. Let me move this. Oh man, I kind of like it where it is, but oh,
Is it fun?
I'm rocking
All
with it.
right.
This looks great. Oh man, and
Because
even
then they could be
now.
skating on it in the next one, and it could be like, I don't
Oh
know, a
yeah.
cool
Oh, I
brand
mean,
element.
talking to Instagram carousels. Why don't we just do that? You're
Yes.
totally right. We'll just move this.
Connect it. Wild.
Oh, wild. Oh, this is so good. Yeah.
We need to go roller skating. Honestly, we're ending the stream early. We're going to the roller rink.
Yes, 1000%. 1000%. We have to now.
Okay,
Let's
this
see.
is so fun.
Trim view. Okay. So
Yes.
now we kind of see what it will look like. I'm thinking like we have some other graphics that I can use. Maybe I can like drag this pattern here and just kind of extend that out. Copy paste that into it. Let's see. Cool.
Yes. Wait,
Groovy.
is it multiplied? So we're getting like that texture
Yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah. We're getting that
Oh,
texture too. Um,
gorgeous.
which is yeah, we need. I don't know. Again, I'm not the expert on the
Okay.
70s. So I don't know if this design style is screaming 70s. I would probably say that it's not. I feel like it's maybe more, I don't know. I feel like I saw a lot of like maybe it's like one of those things where trends come back around, but like in the 2010s, you see a lot of like I feel like box t-shirts, you know what I mean, where it's just like image in
Mm.
the center.
Yep.
So it just reminds me a lot of that. But we'll keep it moving. No, like some contemporary edition is welcome. It's welcome.
Yeah. We're modernizing the 70s. It's
Yeah,
all good here.
exactly.
People know what we're going
Um,
for.
yeah, let's do maybe one, not one more. Let's do a few more. We can do a few more. We'll
Yeah,
go
we
a little
got
faster
what,
here.
25 minutes left?
Yeah, yeah, we got time. We got time. Um, let's see here. I have an image of some friends hanging out. Let's drag that in here.
Okay.
Because then it's setting the stage because we've got the arcade in the back. For these fellows here playing on their pinball machine.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
which these are a little bit more complicated. So let's kind of see how it turns out. And if it doesn't turn out, maybe we'll think of some workarounds that we can kind of um, play with, so we can maybe get more into the weeds with the details. So let's go ahead. Let's just give remove background a shot right now. And the reveal, yeah, so you can see
Mm.
that it's removed the everything. So it's really kind of focusing in on those subjects. Wow, it's even got kind of it's trying to fix not even fixing, it's
Oh, interesting. Yeah,
making
it's
where that leg would be. So yeah, it's keeping those things in mind. So we're not going to need to use it like this, but let's go ahead and edit in Photoshop. So now I have it pulled up in Photoshop, and let's see. There's so many different ways to select something. Let's go ahead and just do subject. I'll always try to do subject to see kind of what it'll give me off the bat. So you can see that it's kind of giving me a very similar result as it did in Illustrator, which I'm so glad. I'm so happy with. Um, but I'm also going to want to add maybe like a little bit more. So what
right.
I'm going to do is I'm going to go to quick selection right here. I'm going to want this wall and maybe this booth
Yeah.
back here. So let's just kind of select those. And honestly, like as like I mentioned earlier, like this used to not be my thing, but I've gotten a lot better at kind of understanding kind of what it's looking for in its generations, and then maybe how to even like um, fix up those masks too, which we'll
Nice.
go over a little bit in a second here. Um, let's see what that might look like.
I think what's
Okay,
cool is sometimes when you start to learn a tool in one program, it kind of makes it a little less intimidating to try it in another program, right? Where you're like, oh, you know what? I think I kind of get what's going to happen here, so let me toy
oh
around
yeah,
with it more. And I really feel like that helps just broaden your understanding and broaden the toolkit that's available to you, which is cool.
1000%.
Oh,
Yeah.
we are missing the top of his drink. The guy who's standing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that call out. Yeah,
I
we're
just
gonna need
saw
to
it.
add
I
that.
saw it go missing in the other way. So
Let's add to that
the
then.
tiniest brush.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm gonna need the tiniest brush here. Yeah,
There
I
you
can
go.
I can I can live
Yeah.
with that. Let's see. See how it looks. Cool.
I think yeah, you have enough context. You have the foreground. I think it looks
Yeah.
good.
Let's see. I'm like always like it's tough, right? Because when we're running on time, and yet there's everything and more that I want to do. Oh,
The possibilities
but
are endless.
I know, but for a quick thing, it's pretty
Yeah.
good. Especially
Great.
since kind of with the context of how we've been kind of setting up these posts. We really only need kind of the silhouette before kind of using the original image for our background with the clipping mask. So I'm gonna go ahead um, and save this. Um, oh, actually it overwrote my original image, so I'm just gonna hit save again, and then hit save as, and then Hanging Out Arcade PNG2. And save. So this won't save my clipping mask, but honestly, I'm not going to need it. So I'm going to run back into our artboard right now. You can see that it's still right there. So relink, adding that one right there. Boom. So now we've got something a lot cleaner that we can use just to kind of keep in line with these rectangles that we're making here for our posts. So let's see. I'm going to want to make this image bigger before I think I add any clipping masks here. Let's see. Cool. So the context of the arcade, that's what I'm gonna need. So at the corner edge of the artboard here. Oh, the pattern is still attached to my clipping mask, or my
Surprise.
soon-to-be clipping mask. So let's see here, drag this down below and Command 7, and then I'll probably have to use a clipping mask kind of for this larger image as well. We're getting a lot of that booth. So clipping mask. Ooh, loving this, loving this. You know, kind of in Photoshop, I'd probably end up going back in and adding more of that chair. Should that be something that I want to fix? But you know, we can fix, but we can also hide. So I'm gonna take this flower right here, do an object, expand appearance, so that we have the full vector information of it. I'm just gonna cover that. No one needs to know.
I think that's smart, yeah.
No
And
one
then
needs
it
to
can
know.
also bleed into the other graphic too if we were doing this like carousel vibe. So I think that'll be, a
Exactly,
fun
yeah.
continuation.
I think it works out well kind of to some degree with these edges here, but kind of maybe in the future or in the past, should I've gone back, how I've set up this artboard, I would definitely put those artboards close together so that scroll is seamless. So
Yeah.
there's definitely a little bit of seam there, but you know, there's some continuity, right? Kind of with those, I'm just gonna call them rainbow stripes and whatnot. So those are rocking. So yeah, let's do the same thing here, kind of adding those background layers to our next kind of two images. Oh, I've accidentally locked everything, which I've now unlocked. Right. And then last one, great. And then see, I'm like organizing everything right now as we're kind of
You're very
moving along.
organized in this workflow. I appreciate that.
Yeah, well, I have to be organized for our viewers that are following along. I think it's very important, right, guys?
Gotta
Um,
show the right workflows here.
Oh yeah, no, 1000%. I say as I'm dumping everything into this still the same artboard as opposed to not artboard layer, as opposed to their separate layers as people do normally. So yeah, this is just kind of how I rock. I'm a little goofy like that, but um, a little bit of goofy never hurt anybody, especially not or groovy to those
Yeah,
degrees.
sorry. Today, groovy only.
We're groovy today. That's exactly what it is.
What are some other
Um,
like 70s? I don't even know. I really
yeah,
gotta think on that one. Did we said rad? Yeah, radical. That's definitely it.
right, right, radical. Let's see, in view, trim view. You know, we have some type here. Why don't we just use some type
Yeah,
as well? The type go. Okay.
that one's so. You chose great fonts.
Thank you. No, I'm very excited to kind of use these alongside our very groovy graphics now. And I think this one is might be our best fit. I'm gonna do arcade. I don't know, add a little bit of character in there with a little bit of a question mark. I don't know what else to say. I'm not a writer. It's not my thing. So
Copyright or copy goes here for whoever is gonna be the copywriter.
oh yeah, yeah. Copy goes here. Text insert text here.
Exactly.
Lorem ipsum, if you will. In fact, maybe we can get a lorem ipsum going right now. Let's see.
Yeah, I love some placeholder text.
I'm so glad that Illustrator does that on its own because I don't have to
Yes.
go in to some website I don't know and just do that on my own. So I'm so glad. So
So
glad.
true.
Thank you, Illustrator, for the streamlining efforts. And I guess the developers behind it. So you guys are doing a great job.
Hats off.
Hats off.
All right, and also updated the color tool or the color picker. Recent colors. Still so happy about that. Honestly, it's a great year for Illustrator.
Oh yeah, yes. Just yes. I'm always copying and pasting hex codes between different
Right?
artboards. Now that's a thing of the past. Talk about workflow changes. No, that's been oh gosh, just a great thing. Let's try it. Let's try a different typeface.
Ooh, okay. Those italics are wild.
Yeah. Yes, they
Real
are.
slanty.
Um, let's see here. I'm just gonna do some very brief effects. Maybe I'll do like a blend mode of sorts. Yeah, with the color picker as we described.
Okay, a little
Object,
layering effect here.
blend. Actually, you can just also do this. And then maybe I can move this guy right here.
Nice.
Arcade. And then I can do something like, we got it.
Nice, nice. Find it here.
Yeah.
Wait, I love it.
And
It's, yeah,
then
it's direct. It's great.
to the point, to the
Yeah.
complete point. And then we'll do like a,
We got it.
we got it.
Can we do a voiceover for this now at the end? We'll make a commercial.
Oh gosh, yeah, yeah, yeah. We're gonna we got it.
And then all those people are just really, yeah, having the best time of their life.
Yeah. And then pinball, we got it.
That too.
I'm guessing you've used a pinball machine before, right?
Yeah, I think they're so fun. I want to, like, in another life, I wish I got to, like, design pinball machines. I think that'd be so cool.
Yeah, there's a great spot out in Orange County that's got some really great vintage pinball machines that
Oh,
I've
cool.
just love spending time in. So, it's a good spot.
Oh, this is looking
Arcade,
so fun.
we got it. I'm just gonna hit Shift O because honestly, oh shoot, I'm dragging everything because everything's grouped together. Everything's overlapping.
Ah,
Don't follow my example here, but um, yeah, I'm actually really digging this, and I think like a lot of 70s editorial that I think about as well. Um, also just kind of looks like this. They have all these graphics, these kind of cutouts of people, um, and just like they're the fun blob of text just in the corner right there. Um, it's a joy. So let's go ahead. Our last image here, hitting remove background. Let's see how that gives us.
is there a favorite pinball machine that you played at that place?
Yeah, I'd say maybe there's like a cowboy one. That was really cool.
Fun.
It's really cool. But we're running kind of into the same thing we saw earlier, where these guys are perfectly cut out. The hair is great, but it's cutting out everything else in our image. Um, so what I'm just going to do is I'm going to command copy. So I have, or I'm going to unembed this image first, actually. Friends playing pinball. And then I'm going to take our linked let's see. And then I'm going to just copy paste that over it, relink with our original image. Should be this one. Placing it on top. And then let's see, dragging that to the same layer. And then with our unembedded image here, I'm going to go to, actually, I don't think I need to edit in Photoshop because we're running with these rectangles here. And honestly, I don't need to fix the silhouettes
Yeah.
either to that degree. We were running into those issues with the table and the leg earlier, so that was an issue. But honestly, like just thinking about it right now, it's not an issue at all, just kind of based on what we saw previously. So I'm going to use that clipping mask right here. Hit Command 7. Oh, I don't think there's anything in my clipping mask. I thought there was. Oh, it's the wrong image because I'm only doing it from my artboard and not actually. I'm only doing it from my layers. I'm not actually looking at it from my artboard. Oopsies. So let's see. Okay, there we go. That's what I'm looking for.
Nice.
Great.
Oh, so good.
I can just, oh. Oof, I like that a lot. That's
No
looking great.
notes. Honestly, this
No,
is gonna be the first one. Now I feel like this is gonna be the intro to the
I
to the
know
carousel. It's
now
so
now
good.
this is the thumbnail that we need to use.
Yeah.
I think you're totally right. Um, do do do
Arcade?
do 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 do.
Pinball? What's our copy inspiration for this one? I'm excited to see what you're gonna write.
Oh no, I'm the most straightforward person in the world sometimes. No,
Fun?
no, 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 no. You cannot stick me with this. No, you can't. You can't.
I think you just write fun across the top and it'd be like, come to roller Haven.
Fun times.
Exactly.
Oh man.
Oh, that's
All
so
right.
yeah, that's so nice at the bottom like that.
Yeah. And then dragging in.
And you generated all these images in Firefly Boards, is that right?
Yeah, honestly,
So
everything that you
cool.
see here is actually generated in Firefly Boards. I mean, I find it really easy, especially for concept stuff, just trying to kind of get it out
Yeah.
there. So it's been a real helpful, honestly. Especially because like there aren't any stock images of kind of what I'm looking for, specifically with people in the 70s entering a roller rink arcade diner hybrid. Just trying to recapture what we interpret that to be nowadays. But yeah, let's go ahead. View, trim view. Oh, it's looking great. But I'm realizing that this is not in my multiply layer. So now we got that texture on top of it too. Let's see. Yeah, you can see a little bit of that
Yeah.
hue change. It's looking good. Um, let's do my aforementioned copy attempt. Um, yeah. Normally, my one of my really good friends, he's a writer, so I'll ask him
Oh, nice.
to give me a name if I have to do something on Adobe Live. But it's been a while since I've been able to just sit down with him and toss ideas around. So I am doing it unfortunately, and he's going to see this later and be like, "Hey man,
I have a few notes.
yeah, I have a few notes. I have a few notes before you post this on social
Yeah.
media." But yeah. Okay, let's. Mm, yeah, let's let that
I think it's fun. Do it, do it, do
pinball.
it. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm
We
sorry.
got it.
I'm sorry, guys.
You
It's
know,
unfortunately the way.
maybe someone doesn't know it's pinball though. Like
Maybe,
so
maybe,
it's
maybe.
helpful. It's a helpful
You know
cue.
what? This is
This
pinball.
is pinball. Done.
Yo, done, done.
The
Easy.
counter in the P is so wild. It's just like hanging on by a thread there.
Oh, I love. It looks like an
That's
eye. Like that's what I always
yeah,
think of. It looks like an eyeball. So
looking
it's
down
always
at
fun.
pinball.
It feels like just like a slime ball almost. Um, let's see.
This is
And then
pinball.
taking that Cooper right here maybe, and then
Can't go wrong with Cooper.
no, not at all.
That really was a
Um,
70s format. I feel like just a giant block of text just somewhere.
yeah, yeah. Oh, dude, I'm
Not the
okay.
oversized
Great.
text.
These are now linked. Oh shoot, this is. I'm like sometimes like I can't get it to work on my own. Hey, it's working.
Fair.
So linking these text boxes here. Oh man, see, look, I said it and now I can't do it.
There
Oh,
you go.
perfect. All right, this is pinball. Yay! Then maybe we can duck that behind like these people right here.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's all Latin anyway, so.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Maybe someone in the chat can translate for us.
I took Latin one year in like junior high, and I said,
Really?
I really don't have business doing this. Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh,
Well,
that's
luckily this is
fun.
the placeholder text, so whatever copy that we're gonna put in here eventually is definitely gonna be replaced. But
Yeah.
it's okay. We're gonna keep grooving. We're gonna keep grooving along.
Are you gonna bring over the line?
Yeah, I'm gonna just
I see
add
it. The
just to keep
vision.
with that continuity. Just moving these little points here so that um we have them right there. Let's see, is this center? Let's make this point center here because I got an idea. The idea is to add this corner kind of to the end as well so that it is symmetrical.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we have a lot of those clean forms, so I want to keep in line with that symmetry. All right, view, trim, view. Oh,
So fun.
yeah, yeah. Oh man, we got to round out that corner. Yeah,
I was
no
wondering.
corners here. No corners here.
Just roundabouts. Jack is
Yeah.
asking, is the orange and yellow stripe line a brush?
Yeah, it is a brush. So we're going kind of in the appearance. I have all these images on here. Uh, we're going with in our appearance here, and we just have a bunch of strokes in here. So this is what is considered a non-basic appearance. So this is a more complicated appearance. So if you want to reduce back to basic appearance, which is just a fill in a stroke, now it's just the stroke. But yeah, we're gonna want to keep those there. So it's easy to edit. We're exactly where we need to be. Yeah. So let's see. View, trim, view. This is pinball. This is pinball.
Arcade?
We got it.
We
Arcade,
got
we
it.
got it. That's
Do we
hilarious. Yeah.
do we need copy on the skating one? Just like skating? Yep.
You could skate. No,
You could skate.
you could skate, baby. I don't know. That's exactly what I'd put.
I think we need a little text there. Why not?
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Okay.
Let's move these guys up here. Um, you
Why
that
stand when
I
you
feel
could
like
skate?
that's how that's how people text like you could you could
Yeah,
that's kind of how Andrew speaks, isn't it? Like he's like we could
we could.
we could
I'm not gonna say yes or no. You could.
yeah, you got it, you got it.
Yeah.
Okay, roller skating, maybe.
Perfect.
Yeah, let me
Non-committal.
copy paste this right here so we have that
Whoa, why
same
is roller
text
skating
in here.
such a long word?
I know it's huge, it's absolutely massive. But it kind of fits right there
Yeah.
perfectly, so I'm not gonna complain. Maybe get rid of some of
Yeah, maybe
those
we're
right there.
reducing. Maybe.
Um, yeah,
That's great.
maybe we could.
We could. Nice, nice.
Yeah, you can see that I can do the quick designs, can't do the quick copy, so
I
gotta
see no
get someone else for that
problems.
one. But
No, I think it's great.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, Jack is saying, the appearance panel. Yes.
Mm.
The many mysteries of the underrated appearance panel.
Yeah, so you can always add more things to your appearance panel with your Illustrator effects, just right here. Same thing with your Photoshop effects. Play around with it. It's a fun time. It'd be confusing to start, but
True.
it is what it. You gotta tell yourself it is what it is. It is what it
It's
is.
worth it. All
One
right. Well,
thousand
you have
percent.
about 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
What
Well,
are you thinking?
let me really quickly add some of these more ornamentations on here.
Nice.
Um, yeah, maybe these don't need to be on the same multiply. No, we need consistency. We need consistency. So let's really quickly just drop these into this layer right here. I think that's everything. So let's go ahead, view, trim, view. Looking pretty rad. Looking pretty rad. Groovy, if I do have to say so myself. I kind of love these little flower accents every now and then. In fact, let me add another one kind of right here.
Nice.
It's looking great. And again, should I go back and fix anything? I would have made these close together for the carousel, but alas, we worked with what we got. Because now I'm gonna want to show the client who we're gonna make kind of this for, or maybe I want to show a friend, say, hey, is this right? Is this wrong? And maybe kind of get their thoughts on what different images I can use kind of with Firefly. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm just going to copy and paste kind of what I have here. Oh, I'm not able to do that because I'm selecting all of this. Oopsies. No, don't need to select all of it, maybe. Just select enough. And then I'm going to bring that into our artboard. I'm just going to hit paste. It might take a second. Oh, there we go. It's
So
right
cool.
there. It's right there. Thank the heavens that we now have this ability to do this in Firefly. Well, first let's make this artboard. I'm going to adjust it to kind of the initial size that we had. So the height is still need 1080, but I'm going to want, height is 1350 for Instagram. And then the width itself is going to be 1080. Now I'll resize this kind of accordingly as well. And you can kind of see that it's copied and pasted it as an image as opposed to kind of the layers as we saw it. So should you want to make that change, you definitely go back into Illustrator, just copy things layer by layer. But as you see here, this is kind of a great way to kind of get started. Yeah, let's see. Let's drag this out right here as well. We're missing that corner piece here, but we can live with it. We can work with it. So yeah, again, it's like working in Firefly Boards. We really quickly just made that change to that image that I'd already made kind of in a previous board. And you can kind of do different markups here as well. Sorry, I'm like trying to navigate, trying to find this comment tool here. So let's say I'm my friend in this hypothetical situation. Emily is also a great friend. Maybe she has a comment, right? What comment would you give this, Emily? Let me see if I can type it out.
This is pinball.
This is
Exactly,
pinball.
exactly.
So place a pin right there and submit. So now she doesn't have to be on it at the same time as I am, so I can kind of come back to this later and see like, oh, she gets it. She knows this is pinball. So
I know.
I've done my job here. They know that pinball is fun. They know that it's great and that you could come this arcade roller rink and just have a blast with your friends. And honestly, like I think if we were to travel back in time to the 70s, I think I'd really want to be a part of that. Yeah, so that's kind of my take on the 70s. Emily, is there anything else you want to add to kind of the rest of the Firefly boards here as we have it open?
Yeah, I think it's a great the way that you outlined it kind of right. So I could, I can work elsewhere, I can finalize my content, I can put it here, I could share it with the client, I can collaborate with someone else on the project. I think it's just like a useful space to be able to do that all together and be able to interact with comments and everything like that. So, and if not, like, hey, I want to generate a different image. Could I see it with this? Or hey, I want to do this. I just think it's cool to see that interface with it. We have 1 minute left. Do you want to just go back to your Illustrator, show that final preview, kind of give us a high level of what we did, and then we can kind of close everything out?
Yeah, well, everybody, thank you for joining us today. We were able to make these like really great graphics that honestly like seamlessly blend in together. Like, should we have them at a distance? Maybe like on a pin board, for example, or for social media. Oh, I guess pin boards were pre-social media. Crazy to think about. Um, but yeah, just using remove background in Illustrator, it's such a strong tool and it makes for just fast edits, fast changes that you can still go in and change should you want to. So yeah, these are the graphics that we made for social media.
They're awesome. It was so cool to see remove background in action, and then everything that you brought together to life here. I think it was awesome. So Matt, as always, thank you so much for joining us and tuning in and chat. Thanks for hanging out with us. If you have any questions, follow along on our YouTube channel, and we're always live. And if not, we will be live very soon. So stick around. We will have an hour break, and then Magdiel Lopez will be on next. And so with his amazing show On the Spot, don't want to miss out. Lots to learn there. But yeah, thanks so much for tuning in, and Matt, thanks again for joining us.
Thank you, everybody.